He was the false prophet in Revelation. He was, I'm positive he was a Catholic, or he had converted. And the false prophet is the enforcer who deceives the world into following and worshiping the beast. Who is the beast? Rome, the Catholic Church. There's no doubt there. And here's why I say that. There has been a notable increase in mass attendance and interest in joining the Catholic Church following Charlie Kirk's assassination, with reports indicating some campuses have seen attendance rise by as much as 15%. Many young people are seeking spiritual guidance and returning to church, attributing this trend to what is being called the Charlie Kirk effect. He was the false prophet. I said that 2 months before God purged him, 2 months to the day, he got on and said he urged veneration of the Virgin Mary. Yeah, it was shortly before his death, shortly before God purged him. And then there's been other times when he's also brought it up. When Charlie Kirk says that Protestants fall short by not venerating Mary, that's one of the biggest things Protestants said was the problem with the Catholic Church. So then who do you think he serves? The beast. It is the beast. It has controlled all the nations, all the other kingdoms. So that's where your kings come into it for each nation, being intertwined with it throughout history. And everybody follows the beast. He was the false prophet. Not to mention, there was also been a couple of bishops that came out and said that he did convert. I'm almost positive he's always been in the Catholic Church, or he did convert. And that's the reason he was telling people to venerate Mary. And Candace Owens almost all but said it, that he had. The other thing that should have been the red flag is how all of Hollywood came out. Yeah, Jenny McCarthy says Charlie Kirk's death brought her closer to Christ. All of these people are designed. This is what the false does. People may think it's just, it's a different religion, it'll be obvious to me. No, it's I'm Christian. 6-time Olympic gold medalist claims Charlie Kirk's death completely changed their life. And these are just some of the people. I mean, there's been so many, at least 50 to date. Hollywood immediately came out. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis accidentally called him Christ. And then there were people on TikTok saying he died for your sins. He was the false prophet serving the Vatican beast. More. I mean, there's page after page, so many. Rob Reiner was another one. So they knew who he was all along. They all serve well, the worst place to take you is to the Catholic Church. However, taking you back to the church at all seems ridiculous, because it's not helping people understand that you were supposed to follow the shepherd's voice. If that had been known by any of the churches, then maybe there would have been more pastors speaking up that memorial was is not, God purged him. This lack of discernment that America has is a big result because of the churches. See, this only serve, you may think, oh, this is so good, revival. No, this is why the wicked one puts somebody false out there that's going to speak Jesus and speak God and sound like they know what they're talking about and be charismatic and charming and, all this stuff, all right, and go and have all this influence, because the wicked knows that God will purge it. He knows it. And then he knows he can use that to still betray the people, because the people will then mourn it when God purges it, because they'll think it was just an act of he was being martyred for Christ. No, God purged him. I wouldn't just say that. He purged him because he was it would have created it already has created a disaster in many ways. So God will purge the evil from your midst. And I'm not going to really go on anymore about Mark Kirk and Charlie Kirk, because this world is going to follow Erica or follow Candace, and that's exactly what they want you to do. Will they take you anywhere? Absolutely not. Both of those women serve the beast as well, by the way, okay? Both being Catholic. This is Mark Kirk. I believe that he was Charlie Kirk's father. Most definitely, because he lived in Highland Park, okay? It's like 10 minutes away from Wheeling High School, all right? And Charlie Kirk, early on, campaigned for him. But they say, oh, they were never related. I find that utterly hard to believe. I don't believe it. But I was looking at this one here because he has 2 Kirk stickers on him. And it's hard to say because this was a younger picture. This would have, been... But if you look at Mark Kirk when he was about this age or a little older, I believe his parents were Mark Kirk, former Senator Mark Kirk, and that Dorothy McCracken, Dottie McCracken, the one that had so much influence over Mark Kirk. This picture is from a bakery in Evanston, Illinois, or maybe it's I forget, it's somewhere in the same area as like Highland Park, okay? And this was after his stroke. That's Mark Kirk. You can tell that's, when I zoomed in, that definitely is Dottie McCracken. So he had dated her before he married the Kimberly Vertoli that he met, that was the naval intelligence officer. He was married to her from 2001 to 2009. But that woman had said that she was always, like, there was 3 of them in the marriage. And at that time, she had never met her. Yet this one was from Winnetka, Illinois, which made me think, I wonder if they met in high school. I don't know. It's just because he went to high school there in Winnetka, Illinois. The other problem is that after the memorial, this was the picture going around that this was his father. Because they didn't show the parents until at the White House. And when I had looked up his, and you can see they toyed with, they put a filter on the picture, but that's the picture I found when I had looked into him when he was alive. But I don't think that's him, nor do I think either of these are his parents either. Mm-mm. I've done other videos explaining why, because of the addresses. And so this is Mark Kirk, the former senator. Charlie Kirk, I don't know. But given that they were both in the same area and he literally was helping him campaign at one time, come on. Mark Kirk, Charlie Kirk. So I believe it's pointless to carry on about the Charlie Kirk stuff anymore. I don't think we will be given the truth, so I'm done with it.